season dawns tonight in Lexington. Nicholls comes to town. Rupp Arena. Brandon Garrison, Jalik Dunkley, and it is the Wildcats who win the open. Chandler, guarded by Malone, has to heave. Off the mark. More great defense here for Nicholls. Diabate with it. Driving on Searles. And a foul comes late. Opens work here early on in this game. Here's Otega Owe into the lane. Teardrop, no. Rebound to 8 seconds on the shot clock. Colin Chandler hoists the three. Halfway down and out. Kentucky opened. Now Kentucky looking to get into transition. Diabate up top for Garrison. Great feed inside. Diabate gets it, throws it up, and it'll go.
You can see it in everything that he does.
Searles inside. The basket still unfriendly here early for Nicholls, but the second chance. Kentucky 0 for 4 from downtown here early on tonight. And now a tie-up with hedge there from Malone. Kentucky still searching for their first three-point field goal. Brandon Garrison tries to give it to him.
Kentucky off the dribble in isolation. Nicholls has tried that, but Chandler stand up and done a great job defensively. Otega in that cut. Oh, it's tough. You haven't had the under 4 timeout yet, and haven't experienced. You really want the under 4 timeout to settle you down, catch your breath. These guys are.
Dunkley, a sophomore from Canada. Colin Chandler
cut it. Coach Pope wasn't happy about that. Free throws have been something they've been emphasizing.
Dunkley spins into the paint, pushed it off the glass.
Have to go way up. It's 14 to 15 assisted turnovers against Georgetown. Really want to see that improve tonight.
Trigger for Zayden Cross, who was a 20-point. Out for Aberdeen. He'll heave the three. It'll go.
Hopefully takes the lid off of it for Kentucky.
Jalen Searles pulls over Marino and an air ball. Half a season ago.
Didn't have the guy that would stick his nose in there. Mo was going to do that and more, and be a real physical presence for this team.
Also bringing in a talented class of freshmen headlined by Marino and Johnson. We talked about the transfers, 5 in shooting start. Nicholls trying to find some offense. It's been over 4 minutes since their last points. There's English, great feed inside. Malone
actually have their own right. They can decide what they want to do on the screen. So screen on the balls, it's up to the big. So the importance of communication. Good job.
And I think at times early in this game, Malone and Nicholls, they've not put Kentucky in challenging spots. They had a big win last night in Raleigh.
Tavon being 30 years old, Southland Conference has really got a gem there. They haven't played great. They don't feel like they have. And Kentucky is allowing them to stay in the game.
Battle for the back. Rice drives. It skips off the iron and downlish. Omoda, the long three. But squandered. Plenty of time to work if you're Kentucky. Diabate out of control. Owe tried to tip it back for this Kentucky roster here early on and misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Ahead of the pack, gets English, and Johnson blocks it. Kentucky choosing not to use the numbers advantage. Instead, they'll work in the half court. Owe, fouled. Overtime elite circuit.
That's what he does. He's an offensive player. That's his deal. It's good to see him.
We're up here in Lexington as Otega Owe hits both free throws. For Nicholls, there's some good basketball played down in the Southland.
Without a doubt, without a doubt.
Not rain, but he'll throw it away. Kentucky with numbers. Johnson open for three. Too strong. English guarded by Garrison. Deep in the shot clock. Drives inside. One of two at the line. Kentucky looking for a look in the interior. Instead, Owe chucked the three.
Oh boy.
Scramble for the basket. They've been looking for Brandon Garrison a couple times on the last few possessions.
Nice teardrop bucket in the lane.
Omoda for three in the first basket in over 10 minutes for Nicholls. Long rebound to Williams. Johnson gives it up. Yelovich, extra step. And Hamoda looking for a second three. This time the Rupp Arena rim unfriendly. Find his footing on this Kentucky roster. A little bit buried on the depth chart, but taking advantage of the opportunity as he gets four.
Wide open Yelovich, he just missed the shot.
Malone working on Marino. And heading was on Cam Williams after the reach in there. It'll put Malone at the free throw line. He took over as a starter down the stretch for Nicholls in their first 21 games last year.
We talked to Coach earlier. He said that they are a production-based team.
Battle for the basketball. Aberdeen comes down with it. They said it was touched. Into the backcourt. Aberdeen cuts through the defense and finishes it. Raining threes as Colin Chandler knocks one down. Hamoda missed the tough shot, but Crass creates a second chance. Malone right into the body of Johnson. Yelovich driving, spinning, comes up short. Johnson 1 of 2. From it early. English working on Chandler, throws it up and it'll go. Moments like this, you need guys like English, one of the leaders on this team.
The size discrepancy usually leads to foul discrepancy, and that's what we're seeing right now. And
10 seconds remain in this first half.
Nicholls comes out in the zone.
Johnson up top for Brandon Garrison. Defensive team this season.
That's exactly what they want to do, well on their way.
Here's Owe, drives and finishes. And now a turnover here. Colin Chandler driving on Crass, who had 2 personals. Halftime. Kentucky better flow offensively already. Colin Chandler.
Flow into their offense a little bit easier.
Inside is Malone. Aberdeen in the pick and roll game. Garrison had position inside. Aberdeen off the glass. He missed the final exhibition game with what was dubbed a leg strain, but appearing to be last time down. Crass working baseline, nowhere to go. Here's Dunkley.
How athletic he is. Him having 3 fouls in the first half really hurt Nicholls. He's somebody they depend on.
Dunkley working on Chandler. Now Trey English, the long 3. 1 on the shot clock, he won't get it off. Now Nicholls pushing numbers forward. Dunkley couldn't get the shot off. Now Dirt. Open in the corner. Sanders passed up the 3. Deep in the shot clock. And he began his career at Arizona Christian, an NAIA school. As Kentucky misses their first shot for their first 6 from the field in the second half as Diabate coughs it up. English pushing in transition is Grant Sanders.
They're going to be just fine with their athleticism. We're seeing bigger, stronger, faster right now tonight and struggling with that a little bit.
Oh, the no-look find. Aberdeen looks the best in that conference this season. Back-to-back 20-win seasons in the first 2 years under Taven Sadler. As the 3 goes, really does feel like this game has opened up a bit here in the second half. I will call that an assist.
That's what you mark on the map.
Cross pulls up. Aberdeen again. No way, preseason SEC Player of the Year, hard season, and I think one of the neat things of Otega Owe's story, when he graduates this year, he's going to be the first ever.
Otega Owe.
Ravi, when you look at Otega Owe's next step, what is that this season?
The next step.
Into the post for Marino. Back out for Aberdeen, who's been the catalyst to this offensive barrage. Johnson hits it.
Those are the shots that Kentucky's going to make.
Sanders looking for an answer, and that one off the shot. Couldn't hit the shot.
Defense on Nicholls.
Nicholls pushing. Searles. Kentucky trying to work it inside. They find Diabate. He gets a step on his man and finishes at the 10 mark in the second half for Nicholls.
He's been able to play. He was in foul trouble early, wasn't able to get out there.
Aberdeen, and that will be a goaltending. That finish right there.
There you go.
9 points for Aberdeen in his return from injury. Rice, off-season addition from Cleveland State, where he played for 2 years for the Vikings. Second half, got great production from their guards. Colin Chandler, one of those guards, Reigns hold the 3. was a 13-point game at the half. Kentucky putting their foot down so far in the second as Rice answers. For Jalen Rice, Nicholls leading scorer for the moment. Chandler wants another, why not? Rice gave up the three. Crass hounded by Chandler. Dunkley inside, fouled from behind. Colin Chandler, coming out of high school, was one of the top basketball recruits in the country.
Definitely think he's going to get some minutes. He's going to get his opportunity and chance to play basketball this year. It's just a matter of, is it point guard? Is that where he's...
Garrison was able to keep that one in play. Chandler.
Oh, my goodness! Oh! Sports Center play right there. Wow. Whew.
Entire Kentucky fan base on their feet, and Jalen Rice here in the second half, 44 points as we work with under 5 minutes to go. Now up top for Marino.
Colin thought he was throwing it to himself. Not that high.
Give Nicholls credit, they've found a lot of good looks lately offensively. Rice has been a big part of that, and Hibben, no good. Marino trying to take advantage of the second chance. A third.
Early, and everybody, oh, you know, whatever. The bottom line is everybody wants to win that game. And
15 points for Chandler, that emphatic slam a few moments ago. Jasper Johnson wants the three, he is fouled.
When you shoot shots that are in the flow, when you're shooting shots that are in the rhythm, that's when you make shots. It really shows how well Kentucky can shoot the basketball when they're taking good shots.
Should give Kentucky fans a lot of hope about what this team can look like. If you get a guy like Jalen Lowe back, obviously Denson.
Basket, made plays, and really got Kentucky going.
Johnson tried to throw.
Basketball, they knew that. But most importantly, they never gave up on the defensive end. They're still down here competing. They're still in, oh my goodness, watch. First game, they weren't ready. I think the bright lights got to them. They didn't score many points. Now they're finally free. They got free a little bit too late.
Kentucky set to go deep into their bench. For this game, and now you get a chance on opening night to play in front of this fan base.
Everybody has a part on a basketball team. You get yours later.
There's Pasmino, a bench piece on that Florida National Championship team last year, to 1-0 in this new season.
Taking care of business, doing what they're supposed to do.
Dunkley, 26 season with a hard-earned W.
Slow start, very, very sluggish, discombobulated offensively.